This is a video that is a long time coming because it is sort of my final thoughts on two devices that I've been using over the last, let's say, couple of years. One is to help with hair growth, like to increase hair growth. The other one is to decrease or remove hair. Two problems, same body. Now we're gonna start with what I have been using to help with the hair on my head. So if you are watching and you have no idea who I am, you just found this by searching for one of these devices and you found me. Hi, my name is Marnie. I am known as MsGoldgirl here on YouTube and I am 48 years old. I have been confirmed to be in menopause through blood tests. Yay! That's a whole other video. And over the last few years, I definitely knew I was in perimenopause, and the biggest symptom, sign of that was seriously thinning hair. I had hair just not so much falling out in clumps, but pretty close. It got really bad and very noticeable to the point where my hairstylist at the time was rather alarmed and pointed it out to me and said, you need to start thinking about something, go talk to your doctor, look at some alternatives. This is not the hair that I'm used to on your head. I noticed it too, and it's funny. I don't think that I'm a superficial person or vain, but the changes in my hair really upset me at the time. I've gotten over it, I've gotten used to it, but it was really upsetting to me. It caused me a little bit of stress, a little bit of anxiety, I'm not gonna lie. So I started looking into things, and at the exact same time, I really do think that serendipity is a thing. The iRestore company reached out to me and asked if I wanted to do a sponsored video talking about their iRestore laser LED hair system. And they're not inexpensive. The device that they sent me is basically $1,200, although there is a coupon on their website for $300 off. And I said, yeah, I mean, if it doesn't work, I'm out nothing. And if it does, yay. I mean, this is what I need, right? So I agreed to do the sponsorship. I fulfilled all those obligations. Oh gosh, was it almost a year ago? It's been a while. So this part is no longer sponsored. They may not even ever see this. I'm not sending it to them. These are just my final thoughts. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I got the iRestore professional device. It looks like a bike helmet. It's real cute. And it has 282 lasers and LEDs in here. And when you plug it in with this really long cord, you put it in. I'm not gonna plug it in, but I'll put it on for you. So you put it on, plug it in. Normally if they were plugged in, you would turn on the power button and then you would hit the play or go button and it starts the 25-minute countdown. So the idea is you wear this device every other day for 25 minutes. It powers itself off. I would keep this, I do keep this, in my nightstand. I have a nice deep drawer, and in the morning, I usually sit in bed, drink coffee, go over emails that came in, and comments that came in the evening before, and it's a perfect time to put this guy on. So that's what I had been doing. Now, let me take this off, because who can talk? This is ridiculous. I will say the cord is very long, so you have a little range of movement if you need to get up and move a little bit. You definitely can. There's also an optional, and of course that costs extra, battery pack. So if you want to walk around, you can go cordless, so to speak. But anyway, all the literature says that you should see results within 3 to 6 months. You might see hair growing more quickly, maybe some baby hairs coming in. When I say we, because my hairstylist, I get my hair colored every 5 to 6 weeks. My hairstylist noticed it first. She noticed that there was less hair in the bowl when she was shampooing my hair. That was the first thing both of us noticed. The second thing we noticed is that all of a sudden, I had to go from 6 weeks to 5 weeks, almost sometimes to 4 weeks in between color appointments because my hair was growing so fast. It was growing out far faster than it had before. And I have been on the same schedule for well over a decade. So to shorten the time between visits, I'd never had to do before. So we were getting very excited. And then the very last thing that we both noticed is that all of a sudden there were all these baby hairs popping out. It was visible new growth all over, most obviously on the top of my head, around my hairline, etc. Obviously, this was all really good news. I was very pleased. I was shocked that I was seeing results far faster than the 3 to 6 month. Now, that's my personal experience. I would say just assume it's going to take 6 months. And if you see anything sooner, yay. I feel like that's a similar experience to any hair growth. I've tried the eyebrow growth serum, I've tried the eyelash growth serum, and it's the same thing. You use it every other day or every day, and then eventually, after about 3 months, you start to see results. It's that kind of thing. So I was pleased. I was very pleased. But even with the hair growing in, I had always wanted to get hair extensions. Not for length. I like the length of my hair just fine. But pretty much every influencer I know either currently has or has had hair extensions to help with thickness and volume. If you're ever wondering why can't I get my hair to look like some of these people, it's because it's not all their hair. And I had been asking forever for my old stylist and then my current stylist, can I please get hair extensions? And the answer was always no. Your hair is too thin, it's too weak, it's not gonna support it, it'll just rip it right out of your head. This is a terrible idea. Your hair actually has to get healthier before I'm willing to put hair extensions in. So this May, I asked my stylist, what do you think? A few more months? Am I close? Am I ready to get hair extensions? And she said, oh no, you're ready now. Your hair is in great shape. So yeah, my hair looks thicker, and it's why I don't have before and after pictures, because I have hair extensions in. Of course my hair looks thicker. But I think the proof is in the pudding that I can actually put them in, that my hair is strong enough to hold them up. So there's like a few right here. I curled my hair today, and they really take a curl better. So you can see bits of them here. Very exciting. So I have hair extensions in on both sides. I think 5, it's hard to count them. I have 5 little strands on each side of my head just to add a little more volume. And honestly, even if I had totally full, wonderful hair growth, I would still probably keep them in. I just like that extra fullness. You can never have too much hair, right? At least on your head. However, after all that success and all that new hair growth and all that faster hair growth, what did I do? I think this is pretty common. I stopped using the iRestore. I just thought, oh great, I don't need it anymore. Well, guess what? It's like anything else. If you stop using something to treat a certain condition, the condition doesn't necessarily go away. So once you stop the treatment, it's going to come back, or in this case, go away. So just in the last couple of months, I've noticed that my hair feels a little bit thinner, and I've noticed more hair shedding. And at my last hair appointment, my stylist did ask me specifically, are you still using that laser? And I said, no. And she said, go get it out and start using it again. So these are not going to be permanent results. If you want to see continued hair growth or to maintain what you have, you definitely need to keep using the iRestore. Now, I looked at the literature, and it does say that once you've achieved the level of hair growth that you want, you don't have to do it every other day. You can reduce it, I think even down to once a week, I believe, is enough to maintain. I personally am going to go back to using it every other day, probably for about 3 months, and then go back to more of a maintenance plan. I do like that the lasers, or this device, seems to last a really long time, so I'm not worried about needing to replace it anytime soon, which is good because it is $1,200, and that is a serious investment. Now, I say that knowing that a lot of you are gonna be like, oh, that's $1,200. But I also know a lot of you wouldn't think twice about spending twice as much on a purse for that. And I feel like this is my head. I mean, this is something that is visible to myself and to the world every single day. And having a full head of hair definitely makes me feel more confident. So if you are wondering if it is worth it, I think it is, but I can only speak for my specific situation. Like, I don't have alopecia. I'm not actually balding. We've looked all over my head. There are no actual bald spots. I have heard that that particular condition is a lot more difficult to treat. I would say with anything, definitely go talk to your doctor first and see if there are other alternative medical treatments to address hair loss. But if you're just dealing with basic kind of hormonal thinning and hair loss, I feel like this is a very, very good investment. In full transparency, I also want to say that I just started taking Modere like a week ago. And I'm not ever gonna sell it. I'm not gonna come on here and be like, oh, buy Modere. I'm not gonna have anywhere for you to sell it or to buy it from me. If after I've used this and I actually see results, I'll share the person that I'm getting it from, and you can buy it from them. But I don't want to get into that selling. That's not my thing. I just want to see if it works. So combining that with the laser, I'm hoping for like a luxurious, really thick head of hair, maybe this time next year. Fingers crossed. If you're subscribed, stick around and see. Now, let's talk about the hair removal. It is more than a little frustrating that while I have problems growing the hair on my head, no problem growing thick, dark hair on my legs and bikini line. Yay me. So again, we've all seen a million YouTubers talk about this guy, the Kenzzi. Actually, it goes this way, I think. Yeah. Okay. The Kenzzi. And I didn't do a sponsorship. I didn't do a collaboration. I just went ahead and got it. I don't know. I have done actually a sponsored video before with another brand called LUMA RX, I think back in 2015. And I'll link that above here and put it down in the description box if you want to see that original video. And I liked it, and I stand by what I thought at the time. Since then, the Kenzzi's come out, and actually since I got this, there's a newer version that also addresses acne and fine lines and skin tightening. This is just the hair removal or hair reduction device. This is just that's all it does. So this part is not sponsored either. None of this is sponsored. I just want to make that really clear. I have nothing against it. I just felt like I have plenty of other sponsorship opportunities. I didn't need to do one for this or first half of this video. Okay, so as far as at-home hair removal goes, the same reasons that I liked the LUMA are very similar reasons for why I like this. I do like this one better. I have had laser hair removal in a professional office setting. It's embarrassing. Let's just face it. It's uncomfortable. It's embarrassing. Someone is really getting up into your business to get all the hair removed. And I don't care what anybody says, that freaking hurts. Even with the numbing cream, it hurts. Weirdly, the at-home devices don't hurt at all. Probably one, because they're not as strong, and two, I feel like when you do it to yourself, it sort of takes some of the edge. It's kind of like if you've ever gone to have your eyebrows tweezed, it always hurts more than when you do it yourself. Same concept. Okay, so I do like the Kenzzi. I definitely recommend this, and I like it so much better than the LUMA RX. Let me explain why. I will insert a picture of what the LUMA RX looked like. I actually gifted mine to a friend after I got this. The LUMA RX works just fine, but it is big, it is bulky, it is heavy. The cord's not particularly long. There's nothing subtle about this thing. Also, the laser or the light or whatever it is burns out after a certain amount of uses, and to replace the cartridge, which I did, is not inexpensive. It's about $100, I believe, when I tried anyway, to get a new light head for it. So it's sort of like an ongoing investment kind of thing. This guy, the Kenzzi, look how tiny it is. It's super lightweight. The cord, which is all tangled up, is so very, very long. So it's just a lot easier to use. Personally, again, I keep this in my nightstand drawer, plug it in like 6 feet away on a wall, and I just go to town on my legs, bikini line, whether I'm listening to a podcast or I'll put on a YouTube video that I don't have to watch so much as listen to, and I'll just go at it. The laser on this is, or I guess it's not a laser, it's an IPL, so it's a light, maybe it is a laser. I don't know. I don't care what it is. It works. It's wider than the one on the LUMA. It gets a lot more area. It has, I think, 5 strength levels, 1 to 5, and I went straight in with 5. And I gotta tell you, didn't hurt at all. Maybe 1 or 2 more sensitive places on the bikini line, and I mean like 1 zap, and I was like, ooh, felt that, but not in a painful way. The literature says to use it once every other week. So like pick it like a Sunday afternoon, self-care Sunday, every other week. I would say it took about 3 or 4 times of using it to notice that the hair on my legs was significantly less. And when it did grow in, it was a lot lighter and a lot thinner. Now, I could go a good 5-6 days without shaving my legs. I will insert a picture that I just took right before I decided to shave my legs, even though it really wasn't necessary. And that was 6 days in. Ignore the pasty white legs and all the veins. I mean, that's what my legs look like. And that was part of why I wanted to do the hair removal or hair reduction on my legs. I have very fair skin and I have very dark hair on my legs. and just that little bit of stubble. You see all those little black dots? I've never had those really pretty smooth legs that people with like just a tad bit more melanin than I have has. You know what I'm talking about? Where you don't see all the pores and you don't see all the hair follicles. And using the Kenzzi consistently, again, I have sort of fallen behind on that, but really it's not as noticeable as when I stopped using the iRestore up here. When I was consistent with this, I did get that smoother leg look. I have all winter now to kind of build that back up if I feel like it. I will go back to using this. I probably won't use it every other week, even just once a month, I think is probably fine at this point. But this definitely works. It is so, so worth it just for the fact of, yes, it's easy to use, yes, it works, but also it takes that embarrassing going into an office and stripping bare and having someone's face like in your business. That to me is worth it. It's $229, I believe. I don't have a code, but if you Google Kenzzi code, like so many YouTubers, influencers have codes, it'll pop up. So definitely don't pay full price for this. Somebody has a code for it. I absolutely love both of them. Probably though, if you're going to buy it, you might as well upgrade to the newest one that also does the light to help with your skin as far as like help reduce fine lines and wrinkles, help address acne, help with skin tightening. Who doesn't want that? So it's a 2-in-1 deal. I would recommend that. So that's my personal experience with both hair growth and hair removal. Both devices absolutely work and they work well. They both take some time before you're going to start to see results, and it is imperative that you keep using them to maintain those results. But if you are either looking to increase hair growth on your head or looking to reduce hair growth anywhere else on your body, I definitely recommend using the iRestore and the Kenzzi for either or both. If you have any questions about any of the devices, please do not hesitate to ask me down in the comments below. I will list all the information about where you can get it and prices and all that good stuff down in the description box. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope this was helpful to you, informative, and you learned something. Hopefully you are subscribed so you don't miss the next video, and I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching, guys.